everyone, it's Thursday night again. Do you know, I feel like nearly all week I've not been off the air. Seriously, I've been Tuesday, Wednesday, tonight, tomorrow night. I swear to God, I'm living here. Well, everybody, welcome to another Mystical Carousel show. Tonight we are joined by the Northern Frightz UK. At the very bottom, we have Rachel, Chris, and Tom.
Hello.
So, how has everybody's week been?
Oh, sorry.
Everyone.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's been good. Thanks.
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, it's been an interesting one, but it's been okay.
Oh yeah.
Are we at the end of the week yet?
Nearly.
I mean, we're getting there.
Nearly. I hope you have all went out, even if you're single, and treat yourself to tomorrow with St. Valentine's Day. You all treated yourselves and
I'm
your
coming
loved
to see
ones.
you, Lo. I'm coming to see you, Lo, tomorrow night.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tim will be there.
Don't you worry, sweetheart. I'll ask him to go out for the night, and you and me, we can have our Valentine's Day.
Cool.
But
There you go.
guys, by the way, welcome to the madhouse. I did say this house is mad, so I do apologise up front. So,
like
guys,
Brady Bunch,
the guys from the Northern Frightz UK, do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody a bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So we're the Northern Frightz, a Northern England-based paranormal investigation group. We have our channel on YouTube, the Northern Frightz. We've been together it's been about 2 years now, or a year and a half. Coming on 2 years, I think.
Year and a half. Yeah.
We met through sort of like a mutual interest to the My Haunted project. And yeah, we've just been sort of, it's just kind of come together nicely. And, you know, we've got a few videos on our channel. We've got either like, 10 or 15 videos that we've, worked towards and put out. And then just waiting for this cold weather to sort of shift so we can actually start out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little team, to be fair, like 3 of us sort of, good friends and stuff now. Makes a good team.
Like,
I just became subscriber 280 on your channel, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Nice. What did you say, Chris?
So,
yeah, I was just saying that we all get along well. There's no like egos or anything, and we all chip in. We all do a bit of editing. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of work together, don't we? And
we do.
We're trying to do some collabs now, aren't we? And trying to get out there a bit more. We're quite a small team, really, aren't we? We're not as big as other teams, but I think we just do it because we enjoy it. Really, it's more of a passion than trying to be, famous and all that kind of stuff. So we're just pretty laid back, aren't we? We just enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's hard.
So where is a place that you'd like to go in North Wales that you haven't done yet?
Ooh, haven't done yet. Oh gosh.
What was that Farmer's Caves you were talking about, Rach? Where was that? That sounded interesting. The Templar.
Right, I've got them. They're mine. They belong to me.
They belong to you, really?
Yeah, well, they don't really belong to me, but I'm there a lot.
Oh,
so
right.
If you want to go, let us know and I'll take you down.
Yeah,
bragging rights.
To go there, you see, it's like a little rabbit hole type thing, isn't it? And then under the caves.
You know what? I found that. I'll tell you how I found that. It's very difficult to get to, right? And I got invited maybe 15 years ago by a group of lads who had a paranormal group from down by Mostyn. And they said, would you like to come on? I said, well, no, not really. You're all going in a cave. I don't know you. It's in the dark. And it was a bit dangerous, so I didn't go. But they sent all these photos to me. And I thought, oh, do you know what? I'd love to go there. Years later, maybe about 6 years now, I was with a client who was disabled, and we were orienteering in that area. And we were walking down this field, and we came along a big wall. And there was a big hole in the wall, and he said, "Do you fancy going in there?" I said, "Yeah, let's go and explore." So we went through this big hole in the wall, and we ended up in this woods. And straight ahead of us was a little house, and it was full of quartz rocks and shells, and it was absolutely stunning. It had the Fleur de Lis sign there. It had living accommodation upstairs, and I said, "Oh, it's amazing, this place here." And there was nuns' crosses all outside in the area. So we carried on walking, and we found these two girls. And she said, "Are you looking for the cave?" I went, "What cave?" Because I thought that's what. So it wasn't even looking. I was up working. And she took us. She saged us. She got this sage. She saged us. Gave us torches. And I said to this lad I was looking at, this man, "Are you all right?" He says, "Yeah." He said, "It's great." So we go down, and she takes us into this little hole. And we go down this hole, down some steps, and on the left, there's a little room. And in this room, there's a stone bed with stone covers. And opposite that, there's a full-size stone monk.
Oh, interesting.
With no head.
Oh,
The details on him is absolutely amazing. Amazing. So she took us out of there, up the steps, down into another area. And in this area, it's like a round room. Now, to me, it's an area to go and sit and talk. The meeting place.
Yeah.
We go through there into another area, which takes you out to another exit. Well, on the exit is a giant lion with wings. It's all symbolic, and it all dates back hundreds of years. No, honestly,
it's weird because it sounds like when you went through the hole in the wall, it's like you ended up in Narnia and you met Lucy and Susan.
It's Alice in Wonderland. Like,
you met Lucy and Susan, and they took you into the cave, and there was this stone monk with no head, and then you met the lion. You know, I'm like, what is this Lion Witch in the wardrobe?
Yeah, you wait to the pictures.
Lynn, I give you permission to put the horn through the screen.
It had wings, and then a bit further on, it's got it's a skeleton in this other room, but it looks like it's stone, and it looks like it's got all clothes, like sheets on it, and it looks like purgatory. So there's a lot of places in there which we think that the people were burned and the ashes were put underneath. That's the feel you get from the place. There is a big boar's head above the back end of this lion, but below that is an area where they would burn things. So they would burn things. The smoke would come out the lion's mouth near the front of the cave. The smoke would go up, giving signal to people that they're having a meeting. So people would go to meetings. Yeah, and on the side of the wall there, by the purgatory room, is Cyclops. It's a big head, and he's about 8 foot tall, wide. He had a glass eye of green that's been smashed. Beautiful. It's stunning. And the other
sound
side,
like a theme park, Lynn.
Yeah.
It's starting to sound like a theme park.
Sounds amazing. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I want to go there.
Interesting. I want to go down there.
I want to go there.
Let me know. I'll take you there.
Oh, definitely.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm coming along.
Organise it.
I was going to say we're all going. Okay, we're going on a
we're all
trip, Wayne.
If you want, I'm not bothered. You have to kick down. Yeah, just stay here. I'm not bothered.
Right, guys, I'm going to quickly go into comments. Hi, hi, the Silly Rabbit 89. Hi, Sunshine. Happy full moon to you. Hi, Nigel. I'm good. Hey, Noreen, baby. We are all the better for seeing you.
Oh, we
hi,
love Noreen.
Nicola. Oh, we love Noreen. Yeah, Laura, I know it's a full house tonight. I wasn't expecting. It was when I counted in my head backstage and I went, oh, I'm actually getting a full house tonight. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mr. Baldy. Kate says hello, lovely people. Hello, 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 and hello. All I need is Nick, and then it'll be 10. It'll be carnage, carnage.
I will momentarily be ducking out though.
Oh, Tom.
I have errands to
Oh.
run.
Hey, Jenny, hi, Stephen.
I wanted to hang out backstage for a little bit with these guys and then be on here for a little bit so I could say hi and all that. But I'm gonna actually duck out now before you get involved in another conversation.
It's totally fine. You take care, my love. Thank you very much for coming in.
No problem.
And I'll give you a message later on.
Nice to meet you
guys later. Nice to meet all.
Bye, babe.
See you in the next one.
Bye, bye. Jesus Christ, there was me saying full house. Now we're back to Tom has half a century type things to do. Aye. So, guys, what was your first paranormal experience? Like, what was the oh my god factor for you guys in the paranormal?
You want to start?
Tom, you had one quite young at a young age, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's a house I lived in when I was younger, and it was. See, I thought it was about 200 years old, but speaking to family recently, apparently it was made in like the early 1900s, so like maybe 1916. I'm not too sure, but it used to be a care home for elderly people, and obviously with that comes, probably patients, dying on at some point in the building. But my mum always used to get like weird sort of things happening to her, like hearing my voice. But then I was either not in the house or I hadn't said anything. But then there was one time where I got in from school, and the way that you go up the stairs, so it was like a big-ish house. So you go up the stairs, and then there was a corridor that went down, and that had 2 rooms and a bathroom on the end. And I had sort of like the end bedroom and the bathroom. It was kind of an ensuite. No one was in. My mum usually worked till about 5 and then picked my little brothers up, getting home for about 6. So I got in at about 4-ish. And I ran up the stairs to go and get changed out of my uniform or whatever. And then there was like a half set of stairs that goes behind you. So as soon as I hit that top step, I heard an old woman go, "Yoo-hoo," like that.
Oh no.
And obviously I did the very slow horror film sort of turn, obviously seeing that there was no one there. Stayed in my room until my mum got home then. And then in that house as well, I was all home alone again. And it had a big wooden back door sort of underneath them 2 rooms that I mentioned where my bedroom was. And I heard like a really loud, like, knock, 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 like that. And there was a window above the door so I could look, and there was just no one there. I think that's all that really happened to me. Sometimes I think I'd hear my mum saying my name, like whispering Tom or shouting Tom or whatever. And then she'd be like, "No, I've not said anything." But yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh wow!
So that got your attention, did it, or was you
Even
frightened
before
about
that,
it?
to be honest, like my mum was a big sort of Most Haunted fan anyway. We'd watch that together, and then we actually moved into this house, and we'd just always say stuff that would either had happened to us, or especially with my little brothers as well, being quite young, living in that house. There were 2 of them who went in the same room, sort of completely like 5-6 years apart, and they both woke up crying, saying there's a man in my room, without the other even remembering it or something,
Oh, is that in North Wales? Was it, Tom?
No, this was in Darwin, Lancashire.
Oh,
okay. I thought you had a twang. You've got a Lancashire twang.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
So I'm, although I've always been fascinated in the paranormal, I can remember being a child, and as soon as I was reading ghost stories and any books on ghosts I could find. I didn't actually know there were groups that went out and did investigations until I was in my late 30s. So really, I'm quite relatively new to actual investigations. I was never lucky enough. I say lucky. Tom probably didn't feel lucky at the time to have an experience like that naturally. But for the last 2 years or so, I've really made up for all the missed time. And probably the best experience I had early on was there's a place in my hometown, Chester, called Stanley Palace. It's near the racecourse.
I know it very
You
well.
know it? Do you know it? Yeah.
Yeah, very
I've actually been there 9 or 10 times now,
Yeah.
actually, because of what happened to me. I think it was on my first night. So upstairs, there is a long room with a grand piano and like plenty of space with chairs. And it kind of lends itself to almost like a concert hall. You can imagine people sitting around and listening to the piano play. And the investigation I was on, we were conducting a seance, vigil at the end of the room, calling out. And because I was the host that night, I was facing down the room and had the piano in my eyesight. And we're all just calling out, asking for knocks and things like that. And we just started hearing this noise, this dink, dink. And ignored it at first, thinking it was just something outside. Because, as you know, Lynn, there are cars that go past outside. So
and you got Bar Lounge across the road.
Yeah,
yeah.
In there, yeah. Anyway, I investigated, looked at all the windows, tapping on the windows. I could not recreate this sound, didn't know what it was. And then me and my co-host were sat facing the room. We're all just talking amongst ourselves. I started seeing this kind of like a cloud is the best way to describe it, like a mist near the piano. And it was kind of a my first instinct was not to grab my phone and take a picture or anything, but both of us were just like, what are we looking at there? What is that? And then almost as soon as it was there, it had kind of gone. And I describe it as the shape of either a child or someone bending over near the piano. Anyway, of course, we gets up, goes and looks around. I can't find any reason, any lights coming through windows or anything like that. Nothing. Can't find any reason for it. And then towards the end of the night, we just we were just playing with the piano, pushing the keys, trying to recreate the sound we heard. Couldn't recreate it until one of us realised that the lid was open, leant in, and if you strum the chords, you get that same dink, dink. So where we'd seen this shape, this mist, is where they would have leaned in to strum the piano. And I have been there a further 9 times after that and never experienced anything like that. And you would think if there's anything natural occurring that it could have been, I'd have seen it again. And I can't, you know.
So there's the piano that you're talking about.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the one.
The piano. Now, this photograph, we were getting filmed on this ghostly Cheshire thing for ghosts, and different groups were going in. And my sister took this, but you can't see it very well on here. But behind there's a very small person carrying. You can't see it because of the light, I'm afraid. It's a very small person in the panel there carrying a skull.
Oh,
and it looks like Shakespeare.
Oh my God, what a catch.
Yeah, it looks like Shakespeare. Now, when we looked into this, we didn't know anything about this, but he used to go up there, you know, and hang around at the palace because Lord Stanley, who was, his family were renowned for hanging round with the Elizabethan place, the place in London, all the Elizabethans and Shakespeare and that, right? So he used to go up there to stay at the Stanley's place because he was a mate of his. But Stanley's sons had their own, they had an acting company, and they used to travel around Cheshire doing plays. And Shakespeare used to go round with them. Not very often, but he did it now and again. So we're thinking whether that, what my sister had, she's dead now, my sister, but whatever she caught on that picture looks like the skull, which could have been Hamlet, because it's too big to be a normal skull. It's giant. So that's a prop. It's a prop.
Yeah.
So when I meet up with you guys, which I will do, and I'll show you a better picture of it and you can see for yourself. Okay.
Wow, that's fascinating.
That is very fascinating, especially see like when you meet somebody. Obviously, you like Chris and Lynn, you've just met each other tonight, but to have that connection already to the same place that you guys have been, that's uncanny. It's really uncanny.
I think you'll find the connection with that is connected. There's like a big loop going round in that area. And everywhere you go, it's got some kind of a connection to the Stanleys. So St. Winifred's Well in Holywell, which is famous. Yeah, you've heard of St. Winifred's Well, right? The lady who helped collect money to have the chapel built over that well, her name was Lady Margaret Beaufort. Lady Margaret Beaufort married Henry VI. When Henry VI died, she married one of the Stanleys. Right? So in that chapel, in the glass windows is the shield for the Stanley family, which are the ones who are connected to Stanley Palace and to them connected to William Shakespeare.
Oh God! Wow.
Oh, you know, I'm not just a pretty face. I've got it all.
I picked the best in the business.
Yeah.
It's
Dream
interesting
team.
timing that you mentioned
Got
Shakespeare.
dream team.
There used to be a pub called the Shakespeare in Chester, and it was taken down. I think it was dismantled and moved to Manchester. That's actually one of the last investigations we did at the Shakespeare in Manchester.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's mental. That's mental. Rachel,
Hello.
what about you, my love?
Oh gosh, where to start? Well, I've always been into spiritual stuff anyway, since as a child. So I've always experienced like paranormal activities, like footsteps, like Tom was saying, like voices calling out your name, thinking it's your mum or it's someone that you might know. I've seen apparitions, and then that kind of got me interested in the paranormal. Obviously, Most Haunted, everyone likes their shows, so that's how that kind of started it off as well. And then I joined some spiritual open circles development courses. So I joined them just to open up my abilities a bit more. And then I joined some paranormal event teams, like haunted houses events. I hosted with them for about 4.5 years, I think. So I went to quite a lot of locations with them. As we were talking about earlier on, North Wales, so Penellan Hall in Rwaban. I hosted there a few times. I've captured some really good things there. Some good EVPs as well. Beaumaris Jail, that's one of the hotspot in Wales.
Love it, yeah.
Yeah. Bronnegarth Hospital, I went there once and it was brilliant. So I'd love to go back there again. So there's many locations in Wales that I would like to go back to investigate, and many more to discover. So I've just been joining some paranormal teams, really. So I'm with the Northern Frightz UK now. So it's pretty much my story. How I've got involved in it.
And this is where you guys are. What I always like to do, guys, is obviously like small teams like yourself, as obviously advertise. So I advertise all my guests that come on. So what to do tonight, guys, if one of you send me the link, what I could do is I could put it out there for you guys.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Laura says, oh heck, I could take his spot. We're still waiting for Nick. We're only 27 minutes in. Interesting, no credentials. Joanne's laughing. Mark says, don't like the Stanley family. They turned on Richard III at Bosworth, creating the horrible students.
Yes, they did. Yes, yeah, they did.
I think we need to let it go now.
Yeah.
been quite a while.
Oh dear.
See, this is the good thing. I've just realised out all you guys, I'm the only Scottish one here.
Yeah.
You
Aye.
can string me up.
Damn it, Wayne. It's always Wayne.
Oh. Mark says, no, never love. Lori says, don't forget Nick is on next time. Nick is always on bloody next time.
He's always on, yeah. I thought it
Well,
said Nick on time, and I was like, well, he's
Right.
not Nick on time, is he? Because he's not here. And then I realised that's not what she said.
He's on Casio time instead.
Yeah.
Nick is my other half for my network. He's the other owner. And I love the guy to bits. Honestly, I would walk a million miles for him. But his timing is god awful. God awful. See, if that man turned up in time, I would think he pissed the bed. Seriously.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. You can laugh because it's the things that I say to him to his face, and he just laughs at me. Like, honestly, he just laughs at me. He takes me like a punch of stubble. Throws him right together. Yeah. So, guys, have you ever had a piece of evidence that you are still trying to debunk?
Well, me and Chris.
Well, yeah. Rach and I, we were at the Haunted Museum in Stoke, and
I know those guys. Yeah, they're good people.
There's lots of fascinating areas, and actually, Rach was being quite modest before. Rach has an ability to hear things me and Tom don't, and then we later review footage and the sounds there. I don't know how she does it, but that place she was getting all sorts that we later corroborated with other footage. But towards the end of the night, me and Rach were in the mirror room. So as you walk in past the reception, the first room you get to, there's mirrors all around you, and you can conduct what do they call it, scrying session in front of the mirror. Anyway, you can see reflections all over the place. However, Rach pans across with her camera and caught a face. Now it was the front of a face, and it appeared to be in where the curtain was. And we got the owner involved. He checked all the cameras, checked where the staff were at the time. They were nowhere near there. They were on the reception. I got him to sit in the same spot we were and try and recreate it to see if someone's face facing this way could appear facing the same way behind you, if you know what I mean. And Rach and I can't debunk it. And the owner, again, can't debunk it.
It was actually one of the staff members who had the camera, Chris. Me and you were in the
that's true. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah, it was Rach's camera, and the staff members hold
doesn't
it.
Understand it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other staff members on reception, nowhere near us. The staff member was with us. The other one, there was no one else there, and we got a face behind us. No matter what we do, we can't explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Because we were thinking, could it be a mirror reflection upon another mirror reflection on a different angle? Yeah. But me and Chris were just like, you know what I mean? You'll have to watch it.
It's like one of those, you don't want to go out and say, hey, everyone, we caught an apparition, we caught a face, because there's always that in the back of your head that it could have been.
We can't 100% debunk it as not being paranormal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them scratching your head moments, you know.
It's one of those things that when you actually put it on a final edit, that you have to turn around and say, look, we've had difficulty debunking it, so we're going to have to leave you to decide.
I think that's what
Sam does exactly that when she's editing our episodes of Truth Beyond Paranormal. You know, if we can't debunk it, we don't say that it's paranormal. We leave it up to the person that's viewing it.
It's the best way, isn't it?
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Leave it up to you guys.
Different types of mirrors in there as well, haven't they? Beveled ones, thin ones, fat ones, all sorts of different shapes, and they're all sort of like facing each other in a way. They're all, and you don't know.
What we thought could have been one of our reflections, but it just doesn't look right because you see it in different. You'll have to watch it to try and see what you think about it, but it's like as if somebody was stood behind us. but then it turned into like a proper face, and then it kind of went. So it was very, it's very hard to determine if it was Krista's face or my face or whoever's face, because there was just us two in there and the lady with the camera. So she wasn't in view of the mirror, because she was actually on the side of it.
And she would have got the camera in front of her face, wouldn't she, as well?
Yeah, it didn't look nothing like any of us, to be honest. I was like, Chris, I'm sure that's you. And he was like, no, that doesn't look like me. And I was like, well, it doesn't look like me. And then we're trying to think, was it somebody else behind us? And no one was there. And obviously we got the owner to check the security cameras. There was nobody else in there but us three. And he tried to do some videoing himself, and he couldn't understand what happened. So yeah, he tried to debunk it and tried to kind of recreate what we were doing, but yeah, he didn't have a clue. So yeah, it's one of them, just one of them mysteries, really, isn't it? We might go back there one day and try and maybe try and debunk it ourselves and see if we can recreate something, but at the moment it's just not 100% proof.
So I didn't come with you for that one, did I? But I would like to go, and then we can have a go at just sort of.
Yeah, I think we were all wanted to. Yeah. Tom, you love it.
Yeah, it looks good.
We had another strange experience there, Rach, didn't we? There's a room upstairs that's a bit like, is it a morgue?
Yeah.
And they have an electric chair. Was there a bag or something, Rach? Did you put a bag on my head or something? I can't.
No, you were gagged or something, or blindfolded. I can't remember.
Blindfolded. I'm sitting in a chair. Rach is facing me, filming, laughing her head off, and then there was an almighty crash from behind Rachel, but there was nothing there to crash.
There's nothing there.
What's weird?
You know what?
In that room,
I found that room the most haunted one in there.
Oh, really?
Because next door to that again is a chapel.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the how can I say it? The curtain between the door and where that electric chair is, it kept lifting up. The curtain was lifting up, and I didn't like that. Really didn't like it. I get I get a thrill, with the adrenaline. I get that. That's the thrills that I get. But that room that you were laughing in, Rach, it's not a good room, is it? It's not a good room.
Because when I looked back, because I edited that episode, and when I was reviewing the footage in that room, I could also hear a male spirit taking the mick, going boo. Now, no one else was there. No one else was upstairs. Everyone else who we were with was downstairs. It was just me and Chris upstairs. And I even showed Chris, I was like, there's this man going boo. And he was just like, what? There was nobody else up there. I thought, well, the other team we were with wouldn't have come up there and done that, because we're quite serious in what we do. And we were all trying to film an episode for our individual YouTube channels. So none of us would take the mick, And it was very odd. So if you'd like to watch it, it's on our channel.
Yeah.
Definitely, after the couple of experiences, obviously, you just talked about there, I would be interested in obviously watching it and having a look for myself and see definitely. But
the sounds that Chris was saying that I heard, it's just the tiniest sounds on the camera. We've actually amplified it. And I couldn't believe that I actually heard it. Everyone's just like, what? No, it's just water dripping. I said, no. And it sounds really weird. Yeah. Watch it. I think it's the best episode I've actually filmed, to be fair. Like, we've captured some strange things. The mirror, the voices. We had some good EVPs. Spirit box sessions. We had loads of things come through on that. So, yeah. I'm quite more excited about that.
Watch that then. It's a watch.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just getting to the comments. Noreen says, think I'd be more sheltered if he was on time. The day that man comes on in time, I'll take a heart attack. Hiya, Donna, how you doing, my lovely? Oh, Linda, how you doing, my darling? I hope you're well. Happy New Year. I know we're new into February, but happy year anyway. Hiya, Chris, how you doing, my love? Sam, Tim, you're off a quiet. Would you like to ask the guys any
well, I've
questions?
just taken it in, really. I don't, we all try to debunk stuff, don't we? Doing our investigations, those that do it properly. And I've just been totally changed the subject. I don't know where I saw it, but I've been watching Uncanny recently, and I'm just blown away by that TV program.
I just
Wow.
Everyone says to watch it, and I had a chance. Yeah.
I really need to watch this because everybody.
It's very good, actually. I'll agree
It
with
is
him.
very good. We've all watched Most Haunted and the ridiculous stuff and the acting, but
I have not watched Most Haunted ever. I can tell you right now, the only ghost show that I've ever watched in my entire life, and it was because I really, really liked one of the guys that's in it, was 28 Days Haunted, and I wanted to watch Shane Pittman investigating.
That was really good.
And that's the only one I've ever watched in my life. It's on Netflix still. Shane Pittman's brilliant. I really, really like Shane Pittman.
And there was me thinking you were going to say Truth Beyond Paranormal. Disgusting, Lois.
All right. I'm sorry.
We're obviously not doing a very good job.
All that hard work for nothing, Lois.
Yeah, damn.
I think Danny Robbins.
My editing.
Danny Robbins is his name with one B, and it's really a great program. He started off as a podcaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
did you hear the Witch Farm and the Battersea?
Gosh, yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Well, season 2 started on BBC iPlayer. You can find them all on iPlayer, but just so well done. Even Beardo likes it. So.
Yes, he does. He has done a whole episode on that, hasn't he? And he can't
to get Beardo interested. Well, it's got to be good, isn't it? So, I've just binge watched that today, and I do like to bunk stuff, and I started off with like having lots of this fancy equipment when I started, but it's getting less and less fancy equipment now, and all I use now is I use Dolby on my phone for EVPs because I love EVPs because they're quite hard to debunk. Class A EVP, and my pendulum. That's what I like using. So
how do you use your pendulum? Because
very little equipment now.
Do you have a board with like yes, no, maybe for the pendulum? How does that work?
For yes and no answers, I don't need a board. I've got it. Always goes the same. But for asking questions, I do have a board. It's there actually. I do have a board for if I need an ABCD board, very much like a Ouija board. I do use a Ouija board a lot as well, but very little equipment now. It's sort of going less and less and less and less and less, to be honest.
I think equipment these days is getting more and more expensive. I don't know about you guys, but I've got and you're paying money. I used to be like at the beginning very tech, for tech, because I've used the Panasonic. The first team that I was in, like Alex has equipment that, oh my god, I won't touch. I'm too terrified in case my big hands breaks it. So I'm like that. No, I'll look at it, but I'm not touching it. And
I'll admire it from afar, thanks.
But then, see, as times went on, I've just fell into the old school way of things. Why not go back to the old school?
Yeah, use your senses.
Wayne's the same, aren't you, Wayne? You're the same as well. He's always telling me, don't get all that shit.
No.
Senses. Well, because I brought my when I first brought a K2 meter, it cost me £40.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is expensive.
Yeah. It is.
And then I noticed on Amazon that you could buy an electrician's EMF meter for £10.
Yeah,
It works the
And I'm
same.
like,
same thing.
and the electrician's one actually shows you what the levels are. It actually gives you a proper reading, whereas the K2 is just, you know, a visual.
Exactly like.
It's a visual aid.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, right, okay. And then, of course, along comes Temu.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
K2 meters on Temu you can buy from £3 to about £8.
Shocking.
And they last just long as the expensive
They're
ones.
better, to be honest.
So I've just gone them. You know,
definitely.
I was always dead set against K2. Obviously, when I was working with Most Haunted, K2 meters were all over the shop. And so, of course, everybody wanted a K2 meter. So we ended up with about 10 K2 meters each investigation. And they ended up all over the place. And you could literally line everybody up in a row and get everybody's K2 meter to go off one at a time.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I have now invested in, I think I've got 3 K2s, but I've also got the newer version, which instead of a single light that goes across in an arch, I've got lights that go up in a level. They're like little LED lights.
Yeah.
And I've got 3 of those. Now, 6 of them have literally only cost me about £28.
Right. Wayne,
So
I've got to
bought the
stop you right
equivalent
there.
of 6 K2 meters for the price of one.
Because you're sitting here telling me, no, it's on Tamu, and you do realise that my phone's sitting here at my left-hand side, and I am tempted to pick up the phone right now and start Googling Tamu, because...
But this is the thing.
I'm shot like a billionaire. It's my payday tomorrow.
If you're not into tech, if you're not into tech, then going on to places like Temu can be some of the best places to go, because the stuff on there is dirt cheap and it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Now, I brought this for 38p. This is a trigger object.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. They've got lots of that in that Stoke museum, and it's a little Buddha. It's a little Buddha on the table, isn't it?
Trigger objects, another good old school thing to use.
Exactly. Yeah. And I thought, do you know what? For 38p, the little ringing bowl, you sit that on the table, ask Spirit to use that to communicate with us.
Yeah.
You know, if that rings, then there's something to it.
Yeah. You
can't happen with it.
I only got
debunk. Yeah.
This literally only arrived on Monday. So
yeah.
I'm hoping to use it.
Here when you've used it.
We're going to use it in Streatham, mate.
Yeah, we're going to be using it in Ely at the end of the month. So
cool.
But but this is the thing. I'd rather use the older methods.
Yeah.
Because I think I can trust the older methods more than new technology.
Yeah.
Mark feels the exact same way as well.
New technology is very misleading. All these apps that you've got, unless you make the app yourself, you are not going to know what has gone into making that app and what will happen with that app. You haven't got there's no guarantee that the maker hasn't put some sort of algorithm in that app.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Most of them have like
that listens to you or listens out and then adds a word that relates to what you've just said.
Yeah.
So
a lot of them record your voice and they just play back exactly what you've just said.
So I've never been a trustee of the things like the SLS, the Kinect camera, the Xbox 360 Kinect camera. It picks up a fire extinguisher and automatically goes, "There's a ghost there."
Yeah, it's the shape of it, isn't it?
It's the shoulders. The algorithm of the application picks up on the shoulders.
Yeah.
And so when you see the top edge of a fire extinguisher, it fills in the blanks and goes, "There's your shoulder, there's your head, there's your body and legs."
Yeah.
The fact that the ghost is probably only about 3 inches tall. Besides the point.
I'm standing next to it thinking I'm not even there.
Yeah. I have seen
I've
seen so many people use the Ghost Tube app and the Kinect camera and seen a 3-inch high ghost and gone, "Oh my God, it's picked up a spirit." And I'm like,
no.
Why is it everybody's picking up midgets?
Well,
I'll tell you,
it's moving as well, isn't it? Apparently. So basically, with that, it's actually something that Tom was talking about with Kenny Biddle earlier. Is he did a whole thing on this, and he actually did a whole episode on debunking the SLS. And it's like, unless it's stationed on a flat surface that isn't moving, if you've got all these TikTokers that are, you know, they've got it on their shoulder and they're moving it around. If they're moving it around, it's literally trained to, that software's trained to pick up on everything in that room as a person. So it will map out for you the shape of a figure as it's moving, because it's picking up on everything around it and then filling in the blanks, because that's what it's told to do. Yeah.
So I'd rather stick with, you know, sticking a coin on a piece of paper and drawing around it, and then having a locked off camera on it and walk away from it for an hour.
But it's
well, we had that thing, didn't we, where it literally moved in the box.
Yeah.
That really freaked me out, to be fair. I wasn't expecting that to happen. It actually did it. So we were like, okay, fair enough.
We did an investigation on Mersey Island in Essex. And it's home to the Colchester oyster, world famous. And it used to be a Roman garrison. And we were in this old pub. And I'd got like a transparent plastic treasure chest. And I put a yes-no coin inside the treasure chest. And I had it on one side, and we said, right, we'll leave it there. We'll put the locked-off camera on it, and we'll go off elsewhere and investigate. Well, when we came back, it flipped over the other way.
Yeah.
And yet we didn't see it flip over on the camera.
No, it didn't flip on the camera at all.
It was so really weird.
Oh. I'm just going to quickly get into the comments. Noreen says, I told you to watch on Quinny Low. I know. Was there any cryptids on it? I'm just asking Noreen, because you know, I'm like, you only need your sentence. Mark says old school rules. Joanne's laughing. Mark says it picked a jumper on a chair. I tried it and it wasn't moving. Hello, I am Fire. Hope you're well, my lovey. Hope you're well. I know many people don't like phone apps, right? But there's always one that I'll always stand by. And it's Brian Holloway's Team Spirit Paranormal app. And I'll always stand by it because me and Jacqueline Dixon were at a castle in Scotland, and we were doing an EVP session with it. And like, I know how it's made and all that, so it's like the voices are all English based. There's no like Scottish accents, nothing in it. And I had asked a question to the spirit, and the spirit came back with a Scottish response. And now I'm usually funny when it comes to apps, but I really, really like Brian Holloway because he does do really good apps. You know, he's done one for Team Spirit Paranormal. I'm sure he's doing one for who was it? This is they were getting an app created. I was talking to a while ago. It was somebody. Fibrobrain.
I was going to say, I think it was Wayne, wasn't it? Were you, Wayne?
Yeah, he's making one for Spook and Ori. And he's gone through with the process and what he's going to do. And this is how I know that his apps are authentic.
Yeah.
Because my voice is going to be used to create the app. So what I've got to do is I've got to give him, I think he said between 5 and 15 1-minute long sentences. So I basically got to read paragraphs from a book. So I can have a minimum of 5, a maximum of 15. And then what he does is he then breaks that each 1 minute sentence, he breaks into one second bites.
Right.
So as I'm reading that 1 minute sentence, he's chopped it up into 60 different sections. Mm-hmm. That then goes into a word bank, all scrambles. Once he's got all of those individual word banks put together, it then goes into the app, and the app is then designed to scramble each 1 second section and then just pluck so many out and put it up as a word. And then it plays it. So basically, technically, it's saying that if a word comes through, that has got to be pretty sort of evidential because it's said a word out of something that you couldn't make a word out of. Technically, it's all been scrambled.
I trust Brian more. I trust Brian's apps more than I trust the Necrophonics, and I know many people like the Necrophonics. I just don't feel like I've had the result. I really don't. Whilst, as I said, when we were out and we obviously used Brian's app, I must admit I was quite blown away because usually I'm quite sceptical when it comes to the phone apps. But anything but Brian Holloway, I mean, like for you guys, if you ever wanted to test Brian Holloway's apps out, the Team Spirit Paranormal one is free. It is a really, really good app. I really need to get Brian on the show, to be honest, because I would love to interview him. He says
he's probably too busy having a dig at Chelsea Leah on TikTok.
Probably. Noreen says, I trust Brian Holloway. His total transparency does like his apps. He explains how he makes his app. Yep. Brian is the one person I trust for apps. He does reverse audio and then chops up. He's with his partner, check it over and over for anomalies so that no full words should be available.
Yeah.
But for it to come back in a response with Scottish, when it's all English-based voices, I think that's where I'm quite, oh wow, you've got my attention here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
He's definitely one to check out, guys. Definitely, if you use phone apps, but if you are willing to use them, then I'd definitely check out his apps, guys.
I think a lot of these phone apps, a lot of them are there just to make money.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
When you click on an app, someone says to you, "Oh, I use such and such," and you go, "Oh, right, okay, where's that?" Go, "Oh, go on to the Google Play Store," and then you go on to the Play Store, and it's like $8.99.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Whoa, that's a bit pricey." And like the Ghost Tube one, you can download the basic version for free, but if you want the pro version, you've got to pay $8.99 again for it, and you're just like, seriously? And then you go to like Sir Brian Holloway, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll build you an app. How much do you want?" "No, don't worry about it." You're like, "Well, what, really?"
That's good.
And then most of the apps, when he puts them onto Google Play, you don't have to pay for them either.
I mean, when they don't ask for money for it as well, that gives it more credibility, doesn't it? Because you think the motive aren't to just make a quick buck. We were talking recently to a couple who Rach and I met called Ron and Lourdes, and they're part of the Digital Seance Experience. I don't know if you've heard of it in the States. And they've developed a system. It runs on a laptop at the moment. And it basically generates clean white noise. So not from radio or anything like that, just clean simulated white noise. And then it processes it, slows it down, and then plays it back to you in real time. And they've had some real great finds, haven't they? Real good captures.
They've had voices, haven't they?
They do. Because it does it like in real time, live, you can have a two-way conversation. Because if you were taking it away and processing it later, we've lost that chance to be communicating, wouldn't you? And again, like, when I was first introduced to them, my first question was, how much? And it's like, no, we're doing this. This is an experiment. It's an academic study. We're doing this to further the field. We're not selling
their project, isn't it?
Yeah. And I thought, that really adds credibility to it.
And I think that's when a lot of the developers there, it's like you say, it's to further the field, not further your bank account.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the voices that they hear shouldn't be there. That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah.
Where are these voices coming from? There's no radio. There's nothing else being recorded. There's nothing on loop. completely nothing. So
Yeah,
where's these
I think that's why I'm dead set against things like the SB7.
Yes.
Because people will get the SB7 out and they go, right, let's put it on a loop. And they've got it on the FM frequency. They've put it on a medium loop and it starts rotating through the frequency. And then all of a sudden, Robbie Williams comes through. He's just saying the word angels and everybody jumps on it and goes, oh my God, there's a spirit just said angels. Like, no, you've just picked up the local radio station and they've just been playing Robbie Williams, you dumbass.
Yes.
And then next minute, you know, they'll come, it will go full swoop, and all of a sudden you'll hear Tom Jones talking on radio too. And again, it's I'm like, no, you idiot, look at the frequency. If you hear the word, stop the frequency. It's right next to 88.1. That's radio 2, you idiot.
So
when I use an SB7 now, I stick it on just white noise and I just let that go. And I say to people, if you hear anything in that white noise, say the word. You know, searching on FM frequency is no good. When you go on a medium wave or AM, you're likely to get Del Boy driving past in his taxi.
I've had that.
You know, oh, yeah, breaker. Yeah, home. Yeah, I'm just going to the address now. Thank you very much. Yeah, chicken tikka and chips. And you're like, what? You know, why is the ghost delivering a chicken tikka and chips to that house for? You know,
can you give me a sign?
We've had king cabs in Chester, right? Stanley Palace. And one of the girls at the things. And she, hello?
No.
Listen, we'll be there in 10 minutes, okay?
I bloody hope not.
I mean, if it's a public event and something like that happens, it's brilliant because everybody laughs and the positive energy helps build for something to come. But the last thing you expect is to go, is anybody there? And all of a sudden it's, hello, this is your Uber driver here. I'm going to have to cancel because I've broken down.
Yeah. Guys, I'm very conscious just now that obviously Chris and Tom, I know you guys need to go, but I want to begin to thank you very much for we'll carry on the party for a wee bit longer if you guys are up for the rest of the guys are up for it. But first of all, I want to thank you, Chris, and thank you, Tom, for coming in. Thank you very much. We will get you on again, definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt, but thank you very much for coming in, guys. And what I will do is I will obviously get the link for Rachel and then I will put it into the chat. And what I'll do is as well is I'll share it onto my groups to come and check you guys out.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for having me,
mate.
It's been good to meet you.
It was great to meet you guys. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bye, guys.
Have a good rest of your night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And then there comes 6 of us. See, this is what I mean.
No,
58
6
minutes
of us.
on.
6 of us and a whirly gig.
Tom is currently buffering.
Yeah.
So he's buffering at the moment.
Oh, Stan, you had to ruin it, didn't you?
Oh.
Currently buffering while he's signing it. Yeah, thanks, Sam. Yes,
Mark says
he's trying to leave.
He's a funny bloke, met him at the Parami. Noreen says Brian isn't in it for the money. He tries to make them as cheaply as possible and does a lot of free apps. True, Joanne says, hi, Tom. Mark says Wayne didn't mention Robbie. He's a Port Vale fan. Poor bloke. You're welcome,
I'm an Everton
Joanne.
fan, so I don't care.
I'm glad, Beverly, you enjoyed and still no Nick. 59 minutes in. What does he call this?
Where is he?
God damn it, he's Nick. Probably...
He's admiring. He's building a snowman in the garden.
Yeah, he was doing that earlier, wasn't he?
No.
Yeah.
He's actually, I'll tell you honestly what he's probably doing. He's probably getting, himself ready for tomorrow night with it being Valentine's night. He'll probably be away playing the bajingas.
Oh God!
But he will be.
I've just had a video playing in my head of Nick running around in his garden wearing a bright blue dress, going, "Do you want to build a snowman?"
It's like Frozen. Let it go, let it go. Yeah,
To knock on his front door. Do you want to build a snowman?
Bless him.
Rachel, this is honestly, this boy. Don't worry. This is no anything that we're live anyway, and millions
Right,
can
I'm
see
enjoying
it.
it.
But,
I'm enjoying it. Crack on.
but honest to God, Nick would just laugh if he was here. He's still trying to put on his Valentine's outfit on. That's because Noreen, he's dressing up this year as Borat. He's wearing a mankini. He just doesn't know that yet. Doesn't know that yet.
I thought he was coming in as Cupid and he was trying to get his cloud pants on.
Oh.
Cupid? I'm real. Oh, Maggie, speak early here. He's got to be sitting here watching this going, bastards.
He's like, well, I'm not going on now.
Yeah.
I'm not going into StreamYard now, that's it.
Yeah, because as soon as he turns up, he's going to get a barrage of abuse.
What is everybody doing for tomorrow night? Are you out in investigations? Anyone in the chat? Or, well, Wayne's busy.
I'm investigating my front room tomorrow night.
I'm come see you, Lo, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. If I'm about an hour late, you can me and Tim are off having a romantic meal somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, sweet pea. Nori says, I can't scrub that image out my brain.
We're sorry, Noreen.
No, well, Noreen, it's true. If he comes on here with a mankini tomorrow night, I'll fire.
Now.
Oh, poor guy. He takes it well. He takes it well.
He doesn't have a choice.
That's why I'm quite...
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised they said he's running a nightclub with me. He's like that. Oh, somebody needs to take charge of her. But Rachel, do hope you've had fun and this hasn't put you off another podcast.
No,
Good.
it hasn't put me off. No.
She's actually sat there writing a list of names down of people that she does not want coming out with her on events.
Yeah.
She's gone, right, that Lois, Lynn. No, Lynn's all right. We'll take Lynn off. That Wayne, no, he's a complete nutcase. Sam, she's not too bad. We might let her in. And Tim's all right, so he'll be all right. So just lower some Wayne, blacklisted. Straight away.
Yeah.
Noreen like that.
Mankini Viking today.
Oh, where is Mark tonight? Where's Mark?
To be fair, I don't know.
Oh.
He's probably going out getting your Valentine's Day present.
Yeah.
Well, he went upstairs and I haven't seen him since. So he's probably knowing him. He's playing games on his phone upstairs. That's probably what he's doing. He'll probably now come downstairs because I'm talking about him. And then he'll come in and be like, why are you talking crap about me? So
yeah, my ears are burning.
Yeah, be prepared. You may hear a voice at some point. Yes.
I'm just messaging Nick to say, are you coming on?
Are you? I think we should all do it. Just be like Nick and just keep pressing Nick.
Yeah.
And then he'll come in.
Nick, where are you? Let's all shouting Nick, and he shall appear. Mark says, ban all of them, Rachel. They're mental. Talk about yourself.
Oh,
Mark is in the cellar.
The guy hasn't even met me yet.
I know. So, Rachel, if you had to have anywhere in the world to investigate, where would you go and investigate?
in the world?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh God. Well, tomorrow, me and my partner are actually off to Ruthin Castle for our Valentine's night. So I might do a little bit of a out there in our room, or if we're allowed to go somewhere. He's not really into all that kind of stuff, but right, you're a bit open to it, aren't you?
Good evening, all.
Hey.
Yeah, so he's a little bit open to it, but it's more my thing. So I might do a bit of a calling out session. See what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
That's
one of the places.
That would be nice. Just
very romantic.
Sneakily take your K2 meter, sneakily just walk about with it like kid on the phone while you're trying to watch.
Yeah.
Or get the cat balls and accidentally throw them down the hall and see what happens. Because most of these places, when you say about investigations, you either get two responses. You either get a welcoming response or a no chance response.
Just
that's why you just
go there and do it. Don't tell them.
Yeah,
that's it. Accidentally put your hands in your pockets and just throw out the equipment left and right.
We'll sneak around the gardens and do a bit of calling out somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, oh dear, how did these cat balls get in my pocket?
Yeah. They weren't there before.
That is definitely one.
Where have you guys been investigating these days then?
God.
What's your favourite location?
Oh God, there's so many. Oh, I don't know. I got asked this when I was on with Lo. I got asked this and I was like, I don't know. Damn. I still think that one of my favourites would definitely be Woodchester Mansion. Because I think that we caught some really weird stuff there. One of the clearest EVPs we've ever had came from there. And then we've also caught an apparition there as well, in a place whereby definitely there was nobody, because there is a how many feet drop?
It's about a 40-foot drop.
Yeah, 40-foot
There's no
drop.
floor. The floor had been removed. So where the second floor was is just a sheer drop.
Right.
Yeah.
So instead of having a 40-foot from the ground floor to the roof is about 80 foot high.
Right.
Yeah.
Simply because the floor isn't in between.
Yeah, it's just an unfinished mess, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mess at heart. But yeah, we've definitely caught an apparition that's at the end of that corridor, and there is also a fencing that goes past that bit as well, and it's beyond that fence. And at one point, Mark points us to, because Chloe, I think it was, wasn't it, Wayne, on the episode, there's somebody down there and there's something moving. Me, Wayne, and Ellen, who is Wayne's other half, were outside filming for the introduction at the time, and the other 3 team members were inside at the other end of the corridor. And basically, there's no reason as to why there is that apparition there. And then Mark shines the torch and says, well, can you shine that down there? And he does so, and it just disappears. But as soon as the torch goes back down again, whatever it was goes into the middle of the place where they were filming, and it just takes over a little bit. It was very strange, very strange apparition. But yeah, that was definitely probably my favourite one that we've done so far, I'd say.
Yeah, that's one of the places I've been told to go and to investigate, definitely.
Yeah. I think they've booked up until next year now.
It's a very popular venue.
Very popular.
So I mean, I think this year they're literally fully booked this year. So if you want to book to go, you have to book a year in advance.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So it's
yeah.
I think what it is a lot of it has helped with other teams going there and getting this evidence. And when they've posted it on their Facebook groups or YouTube, other groups have seen it and gone, oh, that's awesome. I've got to experience that. And so it then creates this sort of cataclysm that everybody's falling into. You know, Woodchester Mansion, here we go, and next minute, you know, they're fully booked.
Yeah.
And you know, it is what it is, but that's good for them as an organisation trying to build the place or rebuild the place. That's a bonus for them because it means they've got an income coming in to restore it.
Well, guys, Nick is not coming on tonight. Unfortunately, he got hung upside down with a mankini. He thought that the bottom was actually the top, you know. And so, well, that's what I'm just saying. That he got a wee bit tied up, shall we say? Nah, he's absolutely fine, folks. He's just got no long for work. So he definitely said he'll be there tomorrow night. I told him I was going to come in and tell you all that he couldn't be fucked with. And he was laughing. But he's absolutely fine. He is absolutely fine. Hiya, Tom. And bye, Mark. So tomorrow night we have got May from Secret Island Tours on. She's coming in tomorrow night. So obviously she'll be coming in and talking about her tours and what she does and that. So if you guys are interested in a tour and you'd like tours, definitely go to Secret Island Tours. For what you get, for how much you pay is really, really good, guys. Plus as well, you get to hang out with ambassadors as well. And she has had some really good ambassadors. For the 2025 one, I am a tour guide. I've got the easy job. Just make sure everybody's there and they've turned up and that. The 2025 ambassador for June is Vanessa Hoggle, who we had on last week.
Yeah.
We definitely need to get Vanessa back without a shadow of a doubt.
She's good.
On, I think it's July, August time, is Paul Goddard. Now, everybody knows Paul. Paul is a hypnotist. He does past life regression. He's a really, really lovely chap. We've had him on before. Next year, in 2026, there will be an island tour for the end of October into November, and that will be done by Royalty Paranormal. Adrian Scott and David Moody will be there doing, obviously, that tour, guys. So it's well worth checking out. And also, I think May will give a lot more information tomorrow night. She's really, really lovely. Noreen says, tell Nick you're going live an hour early.
Yeah, that may be a good shout.
He'll kill me. He'll kill me for went an hour earlier. But yeah. But Rachel, thank you very much again for the bottom of my heart for coming in. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Anytime, absolutely anytime. I don't even know what's happening. In fact, I do know what's happening next week. Next week, guys, we have on the Thursday, we have Barry John coming in. I'm absolutely stoked for Barry John coming in. I absolutely love him. On the 21st, next Friday, we have a birthday bash for the two birthday boys. Well, it's not their actual birthday on the day, but it's the closest thing that I could do. And it's Nick and Tim's birthday bash.
Yeah.
So we will be having so it will be rowdy as usual. On Tuesday's show, the Chronicles of Crime, well, we're not exactly doing that title on the 18th because we will have the Dark Mirror Boys. I will be interviewing the Dark Mirror Boys. They'll be on the Monday on their own show, and I'll interview them on the Tuesday. Honourable mention to the previous bot. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. Now, can we just say a very happy birthday to Tom, who was 21. I nearly said your real age.
Say
21. So happy
21.
birthday to you. Except you didn't turn up for your birthday bash. Oh, you did actually. So, yes, that's what's happening. So I will have the Dark Mirror Boys on. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
I'm not.
oh,
The pair of them are a bunch of idiots.
Well, I didn't actually want to say that they were a pair of pillocks. But
I mean, Lois, seriously, how can I ask myself a question as a host and a guest at the same time?
well,
You'd have to like split it.
yeah, you could be like the Joker. You could have split personality.
It's all right. It's all right, Lois. I'll take the night off for being a host, and I'll just be the guest. It's fine.
You're the guest. On Monday morning at 6 a.m. there will be a pre-record going out. I forget that I'm up to now 4 podcasts. Jesus Christ. Then the gruesome tales. Now, they will be very strong viewers' discretion advised, because that's where my true crime is really going to be gruesome. So check that out, guys.
I had a thought about that, Lois. Because you put it out on Monday morning, I think you should rename it the Put You Off Your Cornflakes podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the shit on everybody's day sort of
Everyone
podcast.
else Mondays, don't they? Bloody
That's
Mondays.
What's
Make your
happening
Monday
in the
worse.
Dark Mirror on the Monday night?
Same as usual, really. We talk about what recent sightings there have been, any more new information about disclosure, a few more conspiracy theories, and then that wonderful rabbit hole that takes us to who knows where.
And the new
Sounds
meteor
about right,
that's
yeah.
supposed to be coming through, Wayne. This
Sorry?
new meteor. What's this new meteor that's supposed to be coming?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I wouldn't go too much into that if I were you.
Yeah, well, no.
More scaremongering, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Rachel, you do me a favour, please, sweetheart. Will you send me the link just now, and I'll put the link into the description.
Yeah.
Whilst I've still got a brain.
And I also know at some point during the week, I can't remember what day it is because my head's completely scrambled with everything I'm doing. We're supposed to be interviewed by this Scottish lady. I can't remember her name. But me and Mark are supposed to be there for the night, chatting with her.
Well,
talking
you
about
better
the
be there on the Tuesday at 8 p.m. No, 7 p.m.
Sorry?
No, it's 7 p.m. It's 7 p.m. UK time.
Oh, good God, I've only just finished my dinner.
Oh, well, you better
get a takeaway that night, then, won't I? quick McDonald's on the way home.
My head is fried.
Oh, no,
Tom, 21, I wish. 21 with 29 years experience. I'm saying nothing. If anybody would like to be my personal assistant, please help me out.
So what are you doing for your birthday, Tim?
Pardon?
What are you going to do for your birthday?
Probably have some wine as usual. That's probably about it, really.
Oh, Tim.
I don't know.
I reckon you've got a bottle of grape juice just sitting there, especially.
Yeah.
Of course. No, I ain't got nothing planned. No, I'm just fed up with this weather.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
We do a lot of investigating outside of here, and it's just too horrible to do it, you know.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not showing up in Things Network again. I don't know what happened. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't like hearing the voice.
I don't like hearing the voice. Love that.
I hate it. It's like, oh. That's why when someone turns around and says to me that something was said in my show, I'm like, do I have to go back and watch it? You kidding me?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Right,
Cool.
guys,
Brilliant.
this is the link for the Northern Frightz UK. I will definitely get along and get sorted with it. Right, okay. What arsehole put my voice on?
I'm just you know.
Was it you?
You said
Wait,
it's not
was that
coming
you?
up on. You said it's not coming up on Things Network.
He was checking. Is it on there?
Well,
Was it you?
You said it's not coming up on. You know.
It's on there.
It's like that. It's like a nail off a chop.
It comes up that Things Network is live, but it doesn't come up on the group on the timeline.
I don't know what's happening. StreamYard is a pain in the backside. So everyone, I shall leave it here. Thank you very much to the Northern Frightz UK for coming in.
Yeah,
thank
good to meet you, Rachel.
For having us.
Thanks for the
it's been great.
panel. And thank you everybody in the chat, guys. Have a good night, and we shall be back tomorrow night, 8 PM UK time. And everybody, enjoy. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
Bye.